Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Sorry about that. I blabbered on so long about that LR Goku Trunks and Panties EA that I figured I'd just give Tien his own separate video rather than making it stuffed at the end. It's just that unit, man, is so important for Pan, who's one of the best units in the game. Okay, so we have LR Tien right here. Now, I'm actually very impressed. A lot of people are talking about this. We, of course, got translations from the homie Goresh and all the good stuff right here. Let me actually pull this up. I am, like, really impressed with these LRTN animations. This is a free-to-play unit. Here, I just want to put... The voice acting on this is, like, crazy, dude. Like, here, let me just... Okay. Dude, this active skill is insane. Now, it's like we get, that's a free-to-play LR. That does, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, like early Saiyan Saga and OG Dragon Ball and stuff like that is honestly probably not on the radar of a lot of people, right? Like a lot of people who are like, you know, new fans of Dragon Ball and stuff like that. You know, they probably have seen the Buu Saga and, you know, the Gogeta movie and stuff like that. But like, man, like, I just like, they could turn an LR, like from, because this entire LR is not like a huge like span of episodes or something like that. It just does just go to show, like, I think, you know, Dragon Ball gets a new anime, right? Dragon Ball as a brand gets revitalized a little bit, and they could still be pumping stuff like, okay, all right, we got Ultra Ego Vegetas coming out, and then it's like, you know, in the meantime, like, oh, here's this LR from Dragon Ball and stuff like that. Like Dokkan's still got some time left to it for sure. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so let's take a look at what our boy LRTN's looking like. We got a lot here for our boy. Again, translations from Goresh. Okay. The strongest Tri-Beam, or Kikoho, okay. Saiyan Saga category, key for 130% of stats is good. Dude, the Saiyan Saga units are just so cuck. We can't, there's no explanation for why they did to Raditz what they did. Like, all the 200% leads are basically just like the best units in the game, right? That's how it's working right now. Except for Raditz. Like, he's just like, it's not even that, like, he's, like, bad, but he's just, like, incomparable to all the other 200% leaders. It's so bizarre. You can't explain it. And it's like, Saiyan Saga, you know, if this Tien is pretty good, and then we get, like, one more unit, like, Saiyan Saga would be nice, man. But, you know, you have to run double Raditz, dude. Good luck. All right, so 3 key for his first 10 turns. Oh, what are his stats, actually? So, So int units get an even 5,000 across the board. So he's at 19,000 attack and 12,000 defense. I'll take that for a free-to-play LR. Like, that's solid. A lot of free-to-play LRs have got like 17,000 attack and stuff like that. 19,000? I'll take that. Okay. So he gets 3 keys for his first 10 turns. Pretty good. I think that a lot of times, even against like Omega and Broly and stuff like that, like 10 turns is, you know, like around where you're going to be wrapping those fights up, I think, quite a bit. So he gets another 3 key for 10 turns if there is an extreme class enemy, once only. Okay. So, I mean, sure, that's good, right? The strongest fights in the game right now are extreme class. He gets 103,000 attack and defense at the start of turn. 103,000. Okay. Off the top of my head, I'm not going to be able to tell how good this guy looks. I'm going to have to see him in game. Just these flat numbers like this. I'm actually surprised they're doing this. I mean, they always do this for these Prime Battle LRs, but that it's very difficult for me to gauge how good this is, right? Then he gets another 10,300 attack and defense per attack performed, up to a max of 103,000. Perform an additional super if HP's 80% or higher. Interesting, okay. He gets an additional if HP's 50% or higher. Oh, wait, interesting. Okay. Medium chance to perform a crit when he launches his 18 key. If HP is 50% or below when launching 18 key, then you get a great chance to perform a crit instead. And you get 10 key when HP is 30% or below. Hold on. So, Tien, we're going to do your normal super. You get a guaranteed additional super above 80% HP. And then you have a guaranteed additional if HP is 50% or higher. So this is a guaranteed additional normal. So Tien's best turn would be super, super, normal, super is how he would work. That would be his best turn. He needs to do what? 10 attacks to fully build up? Is that 10 attacks? I think it's 10 attacks to fully build up. Okay. Again, honestly, I feel like it's going to be very difficult for me to gauge exactly, like, I'm, like, you know, with some of these other characters, right, like, I've now seen, like, their stats enough and these buffs enough to sort of at least ballpark, like, in my head, like, okay, like, they might be around this defense or, like, this level attack set. Like, the Goku, Trunks, and Pan, right? Like, you know, if their buff is working like Tech Khalifa, then they're going to be hitting out, like, I think a lot of times, potentially, like, these 15 million attack sets and stuff like that. Like, their damage might be that impressive. But, like, this Tien right here, I can't really just, like, nail that down. Okay, so we did all that. So his 12 key, he does colossal damage and he lowers attack. Okay. No defense. 18 key greatly raises attack for 1 turn, mega colossal damage, and then loses 5% HP. Now, that's similar to LR Kaioken Goku. I've found that to really not be that big of a deal, but, like, I mean, if we're going to be running the Saiyan Saga team, and we're running Kaioken Goku, and we're running this guy, all of a sudden we could start to end up doing a lot of damage to ourselves. It's like, if we also had, like, the best unit in the game, or the second best unit in the game on the team or something like that, like, maybe we could get away with that, but, I don't think this is a big deal if it's, like, he's, like, the only one doing it. But, like, if we're, you know, if this guy does this, and then Kaioken Goku does his, you know, and it's like all of a sudden we're losing 10% HP per turn, that's not great. I mean, things are definitely a little bit different nowadays, right, where all these characters have such high defense. If you're getting same type orbs, you're healing a lot also, which is why this isn't really as bad, but it only procs once per turn too, because this 12 key does not do that. So he could triple super, but it's only the 18 key that's actually debuffing him. Okay, let's take a look at the rest. So his 18 key. Goodbye, Mr. Tien, Ten-san. Able to be launched once 4 turns or more have elapsed and HP's 50% or below. Ultimate damage, 10 key and 30% defense. That... Okay. I'm not a fan of the fact that there's, like... I get this is a free-to-play unit, but this... Like, this just looks naked compared to, you know, Trunks and Vegeta guaranteed crits, Gogeta, the gods guaranteed crits, Pan has 59% chance to crit for the turn. You know, that Goku and Gohan have the guaranteed crits for the turn. Now, obviously, these, I'm all listing off, you know, Dokkan Fest LRs and premium summon characters. Not exactly, like, this is a free-to-play unit. But, I mean, this animation is so good, and I feel like it could have been a little bit better. The 30% defense, how big of a buff? That's going to be a substantial buff, isn't it? At, like, an active skill defensive buff? Like, that's going to be pretty big. Because I've found the father-son Gallic gun, like, completely, like, you just have so much extra defense on the turn. Like, these red zone bosses can't do shit to you when you do the father-son Gallic gun. Link's, oh my. Crane School, Telepathy, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Z Fighters, Shattering Limit, Legendary Power. Yeah, well, look at him with Kaioken Goku. Shocking Speed, Z Fighter, Shattering Limit, Legendary Power with LR Kaioken Goku, right? Now, Tien, all his defense at the start of the turn, right? 103,000, then he's building that up, which would be, you know, okay, at the start of the turn as well. Yeah, all of Tien's defense is at the start of turn, which I'm not actually the biggest fan of, right? Because it's like, I think they could have easily given him 30% defense for 1 turn right here. That sucks. That's actually quite bad that they didn't do that. I cannot stand them doing this anymore, where where dropping characters and then not giving them like those level of defensive buffs on their super attack effect. I know it might seem like a small deal to some people, but this really does matter. It really matters quite a bit. He would be a lot better if he had 30% defense here. Honestly, like, just greed it out. Give me 50% defense here. Again, you know, people will say that I'm like nitpicking and stuff like that, and pull out the truth Mickey Mouse wish list of Rainbow Orb changing and guard and all this, but like, dog, I mean, these red zone bosses don't play around, man. Like, we need characters that are on red zone level, not like yeah, dude, Tien is gonna crush Earthling Extreme Super Battle Road, right, when that comes out, sure, man. But like, you know, like, okay, so we got his links. He's on Saiyan Saga, Worthy Rival, Earthling, Bond of Friendship, and he's on Final Trump Card. Okay. Final Trump Card. So, like, that's about to get an Extreme Super Battle Road stage in a couple of months, right? Potentially even during the Worldwide Celebration, I think, on JP. I mean, you can run Kaioken Goku with this guy, and they link up pretty well. The only thing is, like, him having to have, like, Crane School and Telepathy, like, please, man. I don't know. I'm free-to-play units with the introduction of 200% leader skills and red zone. I feel like the biggest casualty is free-to-play units. It's like there's only a handful that I would even consider running in nearly like any stage in there. You know, like this guy will help free-to-play players, and again, like Earthling, Super Battle Road, you know, I Final Trump Card potentially. I think he could be good, though, because it's like, the thing is, I pointed this out, I'm not, like, 100% like, oh, yeah, like, he's going to be hitting this attack set and have this defensive level. I mean, it's like, we'll see what that's going to look like. How nasty Tien is going to be. But, like, for me to really like this guy, I'm going to need him to be like 600k plus with his defense fully built up. And then I'm going to feel pretty good about it, right? Like that's like a good, for me, like start of turn defense, because Tien's not getting defense when he supers, right? Would be like 600k. Because like around 600k-ish, you know, you're able to tank Omega's normals, right? You could tank Broly's normals and stuff like that. That, you know, people, I'm sure there's a lot of like free-to-play players who hear that and go, wow, he's crazy. For us free-to-play players, 200k is great. It's like, awesome, man. But that 200k defense means you die in one hit, right? Like, I need 600k nowadays defense if you're not getting, you know, defense from your super attack effects. Because it's not like he's getting, like, you know, 50% defense on super or something like that, right? Like, he doesn't have that in here. So he gets the 3 key there. He's getting 3 key there. Potentially getting key here. I think Tien could be solid, but I don't think he's going to be competing with, like, Vegito Blue and the Ginyu Force LRs. But, I mean, we'll see. Because, again, I can't exactly, just off the top of my head, translate, like, what his actual attack and defensive stats are going to look like. So, let me know what you guys think of LR Tien. There's a couple other things that were announced too. Here, of course, is his Prime Battle right here. We can go ahead and grind up the LR Tien character. We have Chain Battle announced. I actually might just do a separate one, like a short going over the categories and stuff for that. And then we also have the Vegeta family category Extreme Super Battle Road stage is coming. So, you know, we got a bunch of stuff coming here for JP Dokkan. So, let me know what you guys think of LR Tien. At the very least, it's, you know, awesome aesthetics. Like, a great aesthetic unit, I think, to get into the game, right? The active skill is tremendous, right? Like, very good animations there. So, let me know what you guys think of LR Tien. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.